Woody Shorty, how you doing today?
Chilling. What's going on?
What's going on with you?
Not much. Ready to get this video out.
All right, so we getting into
the NFL Wildcard Weekend that just passed.
Woo-hoo.
2023. Let's get into it. First game that I want to talk about is the Seattle Seahawks at the San Francisco 49ers. Seattle 23, 49ers 41. Not surprised. I thought the 49ers would win this game. This dude Brock Purdy's a problem. Third string quarterback. This kid is nice. This kid is nice. He doesn't play like a third string quarterback. This was his very first playoff debut. Had 4 touchdowns, 3 passing touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown from the last pick in the draft. Brock Purdy.
Nice.
They call him Mr. Irrelevant. Last pick in the draft is called Mr. Irrelevant. There's nothing irrelevant about this kid.
Doesn't sound like it.
Nothing. He seems to be the real deal. It's very early in his career, but from the way he's been playing, seems to be the real deal. Brock Purdy. The 49ers just have a great defense, and they have a great running game, and they got a really, really good receiver in Deebo Samuel. He's a problem.
Okay.
He's a problem. So props to the 49ers. If Brock Purdy keeps playing like this, they could be very dangerous in the playoffs. Very dangerous. They have a complete team. Shout out to Seattle, though. Seattle had a pretty good season. And shout out to Geno Smith. Geno Smith had a great year.
Go, Geno.
Yeah, Geno, they wrote this kid off. They wrote him off. They wrote Geno Smith off, and like he said, I didn't write back. He said he didn't write back. He just kept grinding, kept believing in himself, and Geno Smith had a phenomenal year. So shout out to Geno Smith.
Shout out.
Yeah, I can see him doing big things moving forward. So shout out to him. Even in the loss, shout out to him. Moving on. LA Chargers versus Jacksonville Jaguars. Chargers 30, Jacksonville Jaguars 31. Now, yeah, 1-point win for the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's really not the story of this game. The Chargers were up by 27 in this game.
Up by 27?
Chargers were up 27-0 in this game.
Wow.
They were up 27-0 in the second quarter, and they lost by 1 point.
Wow.
Shout out to Trevor Lawrence, Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback. He had 4 touchdowns, but he also had 4 interceptions. But he kept grinding. And he wouldn't let his team think that they were going to lose.
Good for them.
Trevor Lawrence kept fighting. The team kept fighting, and they came back and won the game.
Nice.
The Chargers got some issues. Heads are rolling right now. They just fired their offensive coordinator, Joe Lombardi, and they fired their quarterback coach, Shane Day. You can't be up 27-0 and lose the game.
It's kind of not cool.
You can't. And head coach Brandon Staley better watch out, because he might end up losing his job. Don't know if that's going to happen, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be some meetings. But you can't lose if you're up 27 points. You can't
Like
lose.
the lead there.
Yeah, you can't. Your defense is at fault, and you got to find a way to put up more points as well at that point. When Trevor Lawrence keeps coming back, you got to do something to stop the bleeding.
Right.
You got to do something, and that's not what happened. So yeah, there might be more happening with the LA Chargers organization. Who knows? But they already fired 2 people. Moving on. Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills. Miami 31, Buffalo 34. That game surprised me. I expected Josh Allen to do more. Miami, they started a third string quarterback. Skylar Thompson, because Tua Tagovailoa is still out with the concussion, and Teddy Bridgewater is also still hurt. So they started Skylar Thompson. You got Skylar Thompson going against Josh Allen, the great Josh Allen. You would expect the Bills to win by more than 3 points.
Right.
Josh Allen had 3 turnovers. He didn't look great.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's not typical of Josh Allen.
That doesn't sound like Josh Allen.
He looked very ordinary. The Bills were up 17-0 in this game and only won by 3 points. That alarms me because I picked the Buffalo Bills to actually go all the way and win the Super Bowl.
You sure did.
I've been very consistent with that all year. I don't know, though. I really don't know. I'm still picking them. But I have trepidation at this point.
Okay.
Just because they come out and seem a little shaky every now and then. You know, and it's they played well enough to win, but against Miami, who was short man, you would think that I thought before the game that Buffalo would have won by at least 2 or 3 touchdowns. I thought it would be more of a blowout.
Right.
But Buffalo can't play like this and continue to win.
No.
They will not be going to Super Bowl if they continue to play like this. That's just not going to work.
No.
They're going to have to play better in all aspects of the game. They have to play better. So the Buffalo Bills are on notice.
By you?
By me.
I'm sure they're on notice by others.
Yeah, not just by me, but
let us know in the comments below. Do you have them on notice
right,
as well?
Right. Is this alarming or is this just a fluke? Like, it can happen, but it can't continue to happen.
Right.
You play like this against a better team, you're gonna get smoked.
Right.
Like, honestly, if Tua Tag played,
been in different
it might have been a different game if Tua was healthy. And it's Tua Tagovailoa. I just call him Tua Tag. But yeah, if he played, even if Teddy Bridgewater played, it might have been a different outcome. You know, they had to put the ball in the hands of Skylar Thompson, who's a 3rd string quarterback, and they still almost won the game. So yeah, Josh Allen and the rest of the Buffalo Bills got to do better.
And what about a shout out to Skylar?
Shout out to Skylar Thompson for sure. For sure. Shout out to him, just like I shout out Brock Purdy, who's a 3rd string quarterback. Shout out to Skylar Thompson too, because they put him in a pressure situation and he played. He performed. Didn't get the win, but he came very close to getting a win.
He did a great job.
So yeah, shout out to Skylar Thompson as well, because that's not easy. You're not expected to play as the 3rd string quarterback. And then you're forced to play in the playoffs.
And you come out here
and you come out and you compete. That's all you can ask for. You compete. And you don't get embarrassed. And in some ways, that's a win. Some ways, that's a win. People know who he is. He's out there. He's playing. So if he doesn't get a shot in Miami, going forward, maybe he gets a shot somewhere else. So yeah, shout out to Skylar Thompson for real. Moving on. The New York Giants at the Minnesota Vikings. New York Giants 31, Minnesota Vikings 24.
I know them Giants fans are happy.
As they should be. I'm a Jets fan, but I'm no hater. I'm no hater. I give props where props are due. The Giants did their thing. They played their butt off, and they beat a better Minnesota Vikings team. The Giants probably thought they were better. The way they played, they weren't intimidated by the Minnesota Vikings.
Good for them.
But the Vikings, they were favored to win the game. Another thing about the Giants, this is their first playoff win in 11 years. 11 years. Daniel Jones was good. He was really good at the quarterback spot. He was really, really good. I did not quite expect him to be that good, but he threw the ball well. He ran the ball well, and he played with a lot of confidence.
Nice.
And his team rallied around him. Saquon Barkley, running back, he's just a stud. That dude is just that dude. One of the best running backs in the league when healthy. and he plays like it.
Mm-hmm.
Another person I want to shout out on the Giants is their coach, Brian Daboll, who's actually my pick for Coach of the Year.
Okay.
I like him.
Nice.
I like him as a coach. I like how he's a player's coach. And you could tell those guys love playing for him.
Nice.
He also is a winner. This dude has coached under Bill Belichick, obviously, New England Patriots. Bill Belichick has won multiple championships. Brian Daboll is learning under him. Nick Saban also, Alabama, college ranks. Brian Daboll coached under him. If you know anything about Alabama, Roll Tide.
Tide.
Exactly. Winners. Won multiple championships.
Not this year, though.
Well, this year is a whole different story. We ain't talking about Alabama this year. It's all about Georgia this year. But, yeah. We'll exclude this year. But if you know Nick Saban's history, you know he's a winner.
He's a winner. He is a winner.
This season, not so much. Not so much. It wasn't Roll Tide. It was kind of like Roll Tide. Roll Tide. It was Roll Tide.
Yeah, sorry.
You know, it wasn't that strong this year, but,
Oh, no.
we'll see what happens next season.
There's always next season.
There's always next season. Moving on. The Baltimore Ravens at the Cincinnati Bengals. Baltimore Ravens 17, Cincinnati Bengals 24. This surprised me as well, similar to the Dolphins-Bills game. I expected Cincinnati to do more. They won the game by a touchdown, but it wasn't easy. Baltimore does not have Lamar Jackson out there. They have their second-string quarterback, Tyler Huntley, out there. Going against Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's that dude. I expect you to put up more than 24 points against the Bengals. Against Baltimore Ravens without Lamar Jackson out there. But again, shout out to Tyler Huntley for keeping the game close.
So would you say this says more about Tyler Huntley or more about Joe Cool?
I think it's a combination. I think Huntley played well, considering the circumstances. Joe Burrow played okay, but again, he could play better. He could play better. Just like I talk about Josh Allen, talking about Joe Burrow. These dudes are elite quarterbacks.
Right.
You expect to win by more than 7 points against a team that doesn't have Lamar Jackson out there. Baltimore Ravens, they run their whole team based around Lamar Jackson. They organize their team around Lamar Jackson. That their team is designed to be run for Lamar Jackson.
Even though they don't pay him like that, which is another story, which I've been talking about on here. But I'm not gonna get into that right now. But yeah, that's I've been talking about that. Lamar Jackson, the Jets are saying hello. Yes, come on now.
Come on, man. We need a quarterback.
And by the Jets, you mean Sporty Shorty.
Sporty Shorty. Sporty Shorty is speaking for the Jets right now. Not in any official capacity.
Hopefully the Jets are listening.
But hopefully somebody with the Jets are listening. And we can get Lamar Jackson over here.
That would be nice.
That would be really nice.
More than nice.
That would be more than nice. I'd be ecstatic. And I don't get ecstatic very often, but I'd be ecstatic. But yeah, basically that game, Ravens against the Bengals, came down to defensive end Sam Hubbard with a 98-yard fumble return. Not a Joe Burrow touchdown pass. It came down to a defensive play by the Bengals. Defensive end Sam Hubbard, 98-yard fumble return. Tyler Huntley, he had fumbled the ball near the end zone. But again, I'm not saying anything bad about Tyler Huntley because he was out there playing against Joe Burrow. And it's like he had a great game considering the circumstances. He just came up short. But just like I said about the Bills, the Bengals, they cannot play like this moving forward. The Bengals went to the Super Bowl last year. They can't play like that moving forward. They got to do better. So that's the theme when it comes to Buffalo and it comes to Cincinnati for me. Moving on. Last but not least, the Dallas Cowboys at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Dallas 31, Tampa Bay 14.
Nice.
Dallas played a complete game.
Yes, they
For the
did.
most part, they played a complete game. I'll get into why they didn't play a complete game, but for the most part, they played a complete game. They have nothing to be sad about. They performed. Dak Prescott outplayed Tom Brady. Point blank. A lot of people were saying before the game, oh, Tom Brady, he might find a way to squeak this one out. It's the great Tom Brady. But Dak Prescott said no. He said, I got this. He said, I got the better team, and we're going to prove it. Dak Prescott, 5 touchdowns, no picks.
Nice.
No picks. And this is a guy who's been throwing interceptions recently.
Yes, he has.
Dak Prescott said no interceptions.
He cleaned it up.
He cleaned it up. He was ready for this game. He was ready, and Dak performed. I give him his props. He performed.
Shout out to Dak.
Shout out to Dak Prescott, and shout out to my niece who loves Dak Prescott. And happy belated birthday to her. She just celebrated her 9th birthday, so shout out to my niece. But also shout out to her for her Cowboys winning. So Tom Brady, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Two touchdowns
from the
only
great Tom Brady.
from the great Tom Brady. My advice, wrap it up, man. It's time to go. It's time to go. You have nothing to prove. You've been the winningest quarterback, got the most touchdowns. Got the most Super Bowls. Just be done.
Yeah,
Spend
you
time
had
with your
quite the
kids,
career.
man. Spend time with your kids. Your kids are getting older. I'm pretty sure your kids want you around. Spend time with your children. You got all the money you could ever want, all the money you could ever need. Spend time with your children. Wrap it up. It's time to go. He was out there looking a little scared out there, like he didn't want to get hit. And I understand at 45, you do not
You
want
want
to
to
get hit.
get hit at 45.
It hurts. You get hit at 45, it don't feel the same way getting hit at 25. It don't even feel the same way getting hit at 35.
No, it
Like,
does not.
it hurts. It hurts. And it hurts for a long time. Take my advice. It hurts. So, yeah, getting hit at 45 is not cool. So, yeah, I understand why he's scared not to get hit. I wouldn't want to get hit either. But, yeah, it's time to go, bro. It's time to go. Got nothing to be ashamed of. Spend time with your children. Now, the reason why the Cowboys didn't have a complete game, their kicker, Brett Mayer. How you miss 4 extra points, bro? 4 extra points.
That's a lot.
Those are supposed to be the easy ones. It's not a field goal.
You have one.
You got one job.
You got
Kick the
one
ball.
job.
And kick it in the uprights. Don't kick it to the left. Don't kick it to the right. Kick it in the uprights. Like, that's your job. You missed the most extra points in NFL history. Like, that's not cool. And if it was a close game, oh, man, you would be in big time trouble if it was a close game and they would have lost to the Buccaneers. That would have been a problem. But it seems like they're going to stick with him for next week. So hopefully he can redeem himself because you cannot miss extra points like that. Those are chip shots. Those are easy kicks for all professional kickers. You got to hit that. Now, that was the last game of the weekend. My predictions for this coming weekend, the divisional round. You got Jacksonville at Kansas City, AFC divisional round. My pick is the Kansas City Chiefs, and I think it might be a blowout. Patrick Mahomes is that dude.
He is that dude.
He's that dude. Trevor Lawrence is nice too, but Patrick Mahomes been doing it longer, and he's been doing it at a high level longer. Kansas City could very well win the championship. They're that good.
Experience.
It comes down to experience. Trevor Lawrence is a young quarterback. He's a very good young quarterback. But I just think Kansas City is more of a complete team.
Right. Right.
I think they have more weapons. I think they're more seasoned. And they very well could go all the way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Jacksonville is quite there yet.
Mm-hmm.
So my pick is Kansas City in that game. I think that I'm pretty sure they'll win the game. I don't know how big they'll win the game, but I think that if they get rolling early, it could be a blowout. But what I saw from Trevor Lawrence this weekend, he's tough. He's a tough-minded guy. And if they can keep it close, I think that's possible.
Okay.
But I do think that Kansas City will ultimately win that game. I would be shocked if Kansas City loses the game. Kansas City is good enough to win the whole thing. Next, Cincinnati at Buffalo. AFC division. I think this might be the toughest game out of all of them.
Yes, for sure.
Woo. I got to pick Buffalo because I'm picking them to win the Super Bowl.
But
But
we're going to see what's going to happen this weekend. We're going to see.
Man, Joe Cool against Josh Allen.
Oof.
I think it'll be a high-scoring game.
It's going to be a good game.
I think, get your popcorn ready for this one.
Yeah, I'm going to have to make a special meal for this one.
Get ready for this one because, I don't know. I don't know. I got to go with Buffalo because that's who I'm picking. But I'm not very confident in this pick, to be honest, because I know what Cincinnati can do. Cincinnati went to the Super Bowl last season. So I know what Joe Burrow's capable of. They got weapons on their team too. And Jamar Chase, great wide receiver, he could have a big game for them. But then again, on the Bills, Stephon Diggs, wide receiver, he could have a big game. And he generally does. I don't know. I think it's going to be I think it's just going to be one of those high-scoring games, and maybe the defense will decide who wins. But I'm picking the Bills, but Cincinnati can very well win the game. I'm not going to be fooled by that.
And as you say, I think it will come down to the defense.
The defense, I think whoever's defense plays better, or whoever special teams plays better, might actually get the win. Because Joe Burrow and Josh Allen, they like right there neck and neck.
Yeah.
So, it could be a shootout.
Sound off in the comments below. Let us know who you picking for that game.
Facts, because that could go either way. That could go either way. I'm not that sure with my pick on this one, but I think it's going to be a really good game.
I think it's going to be good.
And I love to see good games.
Just for the sake of fun, I'm a root for Joe.
You gonna pick the?
All
right, I see how you doing.
I'll make it interesting in this here household.
I see how you moving. All right, I see how you moving. Might have to watch that in a different room. I see how you moving. All right, might be a little household rivalry.
A little hostile.
We'll see how the environment is. But nonetheless, it should be I like both teams, so nonetheless, it should be a good game.
Definitely.
I like how both teams play. It should be a good game.
Yes.
Next one. Dallas Cowboys at San Francisco 49ers. NFC matchup. Mani's going to be mad at me, but I got to pick the 49ers. Sorry, Kayla. I got to be honest on here.
Yeah.
I got to pick the 49ers. I just think they're more of a complete team.
Yes.
I think Brock Purdy is playing out of his mind. I think their defense is probably the best defense in the league. They got a stout running game. They got good receivers. I think Dallas is going to fall a little short in this game. I think they're going to fall short. I see too many weaknesses on their team to be able to beat San Francisco if Brock Purdy plays the way he's been playing.
Right.
If he doesn't have, any type of jitters or anything like that, if the moment is not too big for him, which it doesn't seem like it's been too big for him lately, I think San Francisco's going to take it. Moving on. Last game, the New York Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles. NFC rivalry.
That might be another tough one, huh?
That's going to be a tough game because these two teams know each other very well.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the same division. They know each other very well. And like I said, they're rivals. Honestly, this game can go either way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picking the Eagles.
Okay.
I'm not picking the Giants. And it's not because I'm a Jet fan. It's because I think the Eagles, they have a better defense.
Mm-hmm.
I believe their defense is better. And I believe Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Daniel Jones. And I think Jalen Hurts is going to show it. You know, I think they're both good quarterbacks, but Philadelphia's had a better season. They've been way more consistent. And I think the Eagles are going to find a way to win in Philly. I think they're going to find a way to win in Philly.
All right, another one to sound off in the comments below.
Yeah, I know people got opinions on that one.
We got a lot of Giants fans in our family here.
Right,
so.
right.
But, you know, let us know realistically.
I'm just being realistic. I'm not hating on the Giants.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm not hating on the Giants. Like, I gave them their props for beating the Vikings. And I think they're a good team. And I think they can win the game. I just think it's going to be very difficult to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think I give the Eagles the edge.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the Eagles are going to win by a lot, but I picked them to win the game.
Okay.
The Giants, nonetheless, have had a great season. But I just think the Eagles are a little bit more polished.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think the Eagles, again, are a team that can make it to the Super Bowl.
Right.
So I got to pick them.
Okay.
You know, so to recap, I got Kansas City winning this weekend. I got Buffalo winning this weekend, slightly. I got San Francisco winning this weekend, and I got Philadelphia winning this weekend.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens.
We will see. It's going to be an exciting weekend.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Stay tuned and get ready.
All right. Get ready, get ready, get ready. And don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and make sure your notification bell is turned on so that you never miss a video.
Yes, indeed. Peace, people.
Peace.